What's going on, everybody? My name is Crzycatman. Today I'm here to show you how to install LED light bulbs. So these two lights that are currently on right now, and I'm also going to show you how to swap out the front main headlight for an LED headlight, which I currently have right here. This is kind of what it looks like here. I'm going to install that, and then like I said, these two lights are going to be swapped out as well. Stay tuned to the end of the video. I will show you a before and after of these lights to show you, kind of compare what the motorcycle looks like. To begin with, in order to get to this headlight assembly comfortably for you guys, so I can demonstrate this, you don't necessarily have to do it my way, but this is the way I'm going to do it. First things first is you have to take off this front cowling here. So you have to take off this bolt right here, this guy, and that guy. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to that. I'll be back with you in a second. Okie dokie smokies. So now that we have the front cowling off here, I'll go ahead and show you that. Once I got this guy taken off here, it's just on there and it just comes completely off. And this is kind of what it looks like underneath here. I'll go ahead and lift this up and show you guys. Now the next thing we want to get rid of in order to get to some bolts that are underneath here, these two hexes right here, or whatever they want to call them, Allen wrench heads. In order to get to that guy and that guy, we actually need to remove this, again, to make it a little more comfortable to work on this. So we need to remove this guy, and that guy. I'm using a 10 mil, by the way, just in case you were curious about that. So I'm gonna go and remove that, and I'll be back with you in a second as well. Okie dokie, so last things last here is once this all becomes all on bolted and all that fun stuff, should just dangle off. It won't come completely off because you have the plug for the cluster. So I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that on there. But the two bolts that we're after here, octa heads, whatever you want to call them, Allen wrench heads, and we're after this guy here, and on the opposite side there's another one right there as well. So we're after both of those. When you disconnect, now kind of watch it, when you get both of those loose and then taken out, this whole thing is sitting on two rubber things on the bottom here. So when you get this, and I'll show you it, when you get this all loose, this whole thing will just be able to lift right up. So you'll be able to lift it up, basically. So I'll show you that, guys, in here when I get that set up. Okay, so I got both of those removed there. So it just kind of falls forward there. Like I said, you gotta be kind of careful. So in order to get this up, all you need to do is just lift straight up, and she comes straight out like that. I don't know if you guys can see that down there. I can't really point at them, but there's those two little knobby things there. I'll go ahead and circle them there. Those two is what the bottom of the headlight assembly sits on. So it's literally all just two bolts just hanging on this whole entire light assembly. First, now the next thing we need to figure out is to take all these wire harnesses off so we can actually show you easily how to get to all these headlights and stuff like that. So first thing that we need to do is we need to get rid of this guy, it's looking like, and we need to actually get rid of the main headlight assembly. Oh, there's a few other ones. We got your blinkers as well, that guy and that guy. Pretty easy stuff. And of course we got your main headlight there as well. Go ahead and see if I can't do this here, showing you guys. Easiest thing I've learned to get these LED or the indicators off is you either take a flat screwdriver, something like this, or something small enough, because all we need to do is there's a tab that holds these on here. And if you can see that, there's a tab. We need to lift up on that in order to get these in, because these click in and they're made to stay in. So what we need to do, lift up and then pull out. Just like that, easy peasy. And then we need to do the same thing on the other side. Same thing, pull up on the tab, pull out on the connector. Okay, so I kind of did a little bit of a janked up thing here to kind of show you guys. There is this 4-pin connector up here, which is up in this housing unit right here. I just wouldn't take that off. You guys don't need to do this. I'm just gonna do this so I can show you guys how this is all done. But this is for the running lights, which is the ones I'm gonna LED out. you need to, there's a tab on the bottom side of this, you need to push in, and again, you just pull this connector out. There we go, just like that. That's what it looks like. Those just go to your running lights. So those two lights that I had on the, so this light and the opposite light on the other side. That's easy. Just take those out. Like I said, this just goes right into, very difficult to do this one in one hand. That just goes right there. You can keep that in there. You just got to get a pin, and then you just push this tab in, and then you can just pull right out. All right, last thing is we need to get to this headlight here. All right, so this last thing is gonna be a little more trickier. Hopefully you guys can see enough light here. From my understanding is we just got a gasket here, so we just need to basically simply lift this up. It's gonna be a little difficult because the gasket is attached to the light bulb, but there is a spring-loaded clip in here. I'll show you guys here in a second once I figure out where the one end is. It looks like there it is. There's a spring in here that holds the light in. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's get this. There we go. See where that U is? Again, I'll circle this in the video here. See where that U is? We need to get that out. So it looks like what we do is we push down on that, and then we swing that lever to the left, and the LED just, that clip will just pop right out. Can't really get a good hand on this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. So push down on the clip. Like I said, it's a little bit of finagle. You gotta kind of push down on the actual LED. I'm sorry, have to push down on the light bulb in order to get that tab to come over. All right, it's really hard to show with just one hand, but here what we'll do, go like this. Now that this light is out of here, super simple. So when the light is in there, all you need to do is take your finger, push down on this, swing it to the left, and it just spring loads right back up, and then you can take the whole assembly out. So there's the head of the Z650. Oh, it's so haunting. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this inside here, and we're going to go ahead and modify this. We need to modify this rubber gasket right here in order to get this all, all put on here. The only reason why we need to modify it is because of these fans. Every LED light that I've seen, the good ones, have fans on the back of them. So we need to kind of manipulate this in here in order to get this in there correctly. Okay, kind of show you how to get this guy out of here. If you really want to hang on to these, because this is brand new, try not to actually touch the actual filament itself like I just did, like a stupid noob. But I don't plan on using this anymore, so it ain't gonna matter to me. But you don't want fingerprints on this if you want to reuse this light bulb. But it's just as simple as getting these out. You just basically just pull on it. Struggle is real. Oh my goodness. Just pull out on it. You got your connector there. This gasket comes off. There's your light bulb. Super dumb easy. All right, to get the new one in, LED headlight, just put this guy. Okay, I want to show you guys something here really quick that you might run into. Some of these LED lights, the fan doesn't come disassembled. So there's this. This is the key part in order to keep that fixture in. So you need to take, so what I had to do is I had to take this off, this piece off, so I can get this rubber gasket on so you can't, moisture and stuff like that doesn't get into the housing unit of the LED. But we want to put this gasket on here to fit it over it. There we go. We need to slide this over. Each model is going to be different, so I can't really show you because it might be different for each person. But we need to do that. That needs to be like that. Then you can put all these pieces back on here again. I'm gonna get these on here. I'll be back in a second. Okay. Before I put the main LED headlight into the assembly here, just to kind of give you guys room of like what to see and all that stuff, we need to get to these two lights right here. That is super easy. pretty much the same on every Kawasaki that I've seen. I've done LED headlights on the 300 and now the Z650, so it's pretty much the same. It's the same thing with the running lights. There's a little flap here, just like a dust guard basically. It looks like that they added on the new Z650s here. Lift both of those up. Your assembly is right here. So all you need to do really is you just need to pull these out. Just like that for both sides. Really, really, really easy. Both of the lights come out just like that. These you don't really have to be too worried about getting your fingerprints on and all that stuff because these are such low wattage lights. They're not really too big of a deal. They look like that. The new LED headlights here, or the running lights that I'm going to put in, look something like this. I've used these before on the 300. I also use them on the car as well for running lights. I love these LED headlights. All of these products that I'm using, I'll go ahead and throw in the description below. These are all Amazon Prime parts. I got these stupid quick. I really love these. These work really, really well. I've had no issues with them flickering or anything like that, like a lot of LED headlights that I've used, or LED lights in general that I've used. Just great, great little LEDs. Like I said, I'm gonna put these in the description below. These will work on the new Ninja. Or, I'm sorry, not the Ninja, the new motorcycle. So just as simple as plugging both of these in, just like that. Stupid simple. Now we're gonna reverse everything. We're gonna go back in. If you're really picky on rotation, you can kind of, you know what? What am I saying? These are kind of keyed anyways. They only go in a certain way anyways. Push them in, push the other side in, bada bang, bada boom. There we go. Both of them in there. So now I'm gonna go ahead and throw this guy in here. It's gonna be a little difficult for me to show on camera, but it's gonna be same thing. Have this all assembled and it's all good in there. The gasket's in there, the fan's in there. This will all be fine. Just a matter of putting this in and then pushing down on this thing here, making sure it latches into place so it kind of looks like that. I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, I just had to make sure it was recording there. I finally got it in. It's a little bit of a tight snug. I don't think this will be an issue with the light bulb. It should be able to breathe just fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. This is what it looks like with everything attached, the actual lead and everything. So this part right here will plug in to the stock part that's on the actual Z itself. I'll just get you guys rotated back here again. Earthquake! So it'll plug right into this here. Super easy. Let's get this back on here again. This kind of up. There's two little nipples down here. Make sure it matches up in there. Kind of get them pushed back up there again. Easy peasy. It's all keyed, so you don't really have to worry about it. Kind of get it pushed back up in there. There you go. So now kind of cleaning all this up here. I guess it's all personal preference at this point. I wouldn't really worry about this connector getting wet. Pretty well waterproof if you asked me. But I'm still gonna shove it up in there so it's all nice and snug. Get this all, it's all reverse, getting this all plugged back in and all that fun stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and do that myself because the reassembly is pretty much self-explanatory. Just reverse of what I just showed you. I'm done taking up your guys' time. If you have any questions or comments, or if you have any concerns, I guess, of that, man, this is really in there. Definitely let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I have the Z650's head. What? That is scary. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comments below about the LED headlights. I'm sure there's gonna be plenty of questions. Feel free to ask me. I get back to you relatively quickly. I'll do my best to acknowledge or answer them. Otherwise, guys, catch you in the next video. See you later. Bye. As I promised you guys here is a before shot with just the parking lights on, and then I'll go ahead and start up the motorcycle. Go ahead and shut that off so you guys can hear me. There is the low beam. And there is the high beam. All right, we'll show you the LED headlights. And there is your after. I'm not gonna lie, these lights look super sleek on this bike with some LEDs in them. the white LEDs. Go ahead and show you guys the main headlight. There we go. Let's get this shut off so you can hear me again. There you go. There's your low beam. There's your high beam. I say, oh my God, the bike looks so much better with that. There's your high beam. There's your low beam. High beam and low beam. The only disadvantage is with these LED headlights, they do have a fan on them. They can get pretty noisy. Depends on which ones you buy. Some are quiet, some are loud. Unfortunately, this one's a little loud. Go ahead and show the lights on here. Yeah, the bike looks so much better. Let's get just the runners on. Check that out. Oh, looks so sexy.